All right, so like we just played the ball. Now it's like all you're thinking about, I'm going to get some boost. I'm going to play a second. At a higher level, it's like you should be, you know, playing this way, getting your pads, potentially getting this before rotating back. But for you, it's just like, okay, let's rotate back. Let's lock down the fort. Let's play safe. It's not see what you're doing. I love this. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is good. Like, I'm not going to rant about how to make plays like this more efficient because the first step is kind of cutting them out before we work them in. But, like, we don't want this. We don't want, like, you just play the ball and now you're going to play the ball again. We want to keep things very simple because your teammate has 100 boost. Give them the space to air dribble. Let's look at their POV. They're probably sitting here thinking, like, I really hope this guy doesn't cut me off again. See? Like, he's trying to get into the play, and these are, like, the negatives attached to what you're doing. We're going to work backwards to move forwards, okay? We're not, you know, you just this dude's pretty mechanical, too. You just overcomplicated his play. So this will be Rich. This is Rich's first ever submission. Rich is champ, playing on and off for 9 years, getting back into the game. First replay, probably set a base. I'm going to try to have open looks. Try to have an open mind. All good. Playing solo queue. Well, the good, I don't care about, by the way, I don't care about a double right there, and I don't care about the double right here. The good is you want to play the ball, and that's great. I mean, one of the hardest things for people who've been playing the game for a very long time and are coming off breaks, whatever it may be, they're afraid to play the ball. So, and we're pushing this, so aggressive, which is awesome. No joke. Very aggressive. Like, you want the ball. This is good. Yes, it doesn't look clean, and yes, you are making mistakes, but in terms of kind of like the fundamentals you want the ball. I'm probably gonna have to talk about it though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what you need, and I'm not saying your teammate's a god, but on some of these plays, I'm gonna show like the POV differences for you, and then still have an open mind and see if there's anything else I want to talk about. But let's first like watch your teammate. And this is tough. I'm going to take boost out of the equation. This player's 0, so a lot of times at lower levels, if someone is low boost, that kind of dictates the game sense of the play. Picture this player has 100 boost. You see how they space out from you? And now they get a free touch on the ball. We're going to disregard this. This is off kickoff. Honestly, like, yeah, we're just not gonna talk about that. But see how, look at our space. And it's like, yeah, you could have played this up the wall. Yeah, your teammate could have let you play it, but like, you're low boost, teammate's here. You were a first man, right? They're the second man. Now you're becoming a second man. They're becoming a first man. And it's like, this is kind of their ball. You can definitely play this. Like, if you had 100 boost right now, I'd kind of want you to cut this up the sidewall. But yeah, just train the POVs. Look at the POVs, right? Look at this space, right? Very close. That was good. That was good. Look at this space. And this is tough. This one's probably the hardest one of them all because this is kind of your ball to go. Teammate did cut. Teammate can play it. You could play it. We both go. What's been interesting, though, is you've been low boost every time you decide to play the ball. That was a good one. You've been 0. Or, like, you're not low boost right here, but, like, you're 36. That's kind of on the lower side. And then right here, we're 12 wanting to play the ball. Right? So there's kind of this, like, low boost trend as well. But I think the easier way to think about it is spacing out from a teammate. So that's where my head's at with this. I'm thinking there's a couple things going on. I mean, really what the problem is, I'm still not sure what the problem is. Like, spacing is a result of the problem. Lack of respect for teammate is a result of the problem. We're not getting a ton of right, like, good plays on the ball. Like, I want to say ball control, but this is champ. I believe champ 1. So, like, I'm not expecting tons of crazy ball control at champ 1. But we're not getting, like, good plays on the ball. I'll show you a good play on the ball. This was a really solid play on the ball. Second man, took 2 people out of the game. Solid challenge. Like, that was a very productive play. Like, I know the results of the problem. Maybe it's like a couple things revolving. I don't know what I'm looking for. It's like every time we play the ball, I just want you to be able to do something. But I'm not looking for mechanics. We're just out of position. I think that's like the simplest way to... Like, and you keep turning on the ball. So you're very aggressive, right? Like, and there's awareness, right? So like lack of awareness for teammate cutting in or playing a ball. Lack of awareness for this player challenging you. But awareness is like super tough to train. I almost want to go down like a spacing, positioning, rotations, if there is such a thing as rotations in 2s. And even like challenges, like I feel like fake challenges would help you. But I hope like with all of these bad examples, I'm just trying to show the POVs that you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I'm going to kind of like talk through some stuff and try to like show more examples, but we'll like use this play specifically. But like on offense, like you know, you make your play in the ball. You could rotate, and just become a second. Like, don't think about additional plays on the ball or cuts. Have a very simple approach where it's like, play the ball, do your best, don't overdo it, and then get another opportunity. Think about it very broadly. 1, 2. Like 2 steps. Shoot, leave, shoot, leave. Now for this play specifically, this is kind of like offense. It's off kickoff, but like you made your play on the ball. You created your offense. And it's get your boost and become a second. It's not get your boost and turn on the ball and try to connect with a pass. Very specific example, but just become a second. Like kind of get this cadence to plays on the ball. And this is the cleanup gameplay. This is not how you should play all the time, but it's like he touched it. Now he's going to touch it. Then you're going to touch it. There's none of that 1-2 connection for the short term. Like that would be a build up. Same thing if you like play the ball and then you cut and play the ball. Like I don't want to get like repeated actions in a single play. I want it to be very, very simple. With positioning, we just got out of a replay where I talked about midfield, but it is applicable here. Just position at the midfield as a second. Don't play so aggressively. Just position at the midfield. The challenge is I think we could just fake more, and I will try to show some examples. So like that was a fake challenge, right? But like I just kind of wanted you to leave that play entirely. This is good. Notice how we fake the ball. It leads into ball control. Like this is what this stuff will promote. You're spaced out. You rotate out. You leave the play. You fake more. You're going to get more time on the ball. Higher quality time on the ball. All right, so like we just played the ball. Now it's like all you're thinking about, I'm going to get some boost. I'm going to play a second. At a higher level, it's like you should be, you know, playing this way, getting your pads, potentially getting this before rotating back. But for you, it's just like, okay, let's rotate back. Let's lock down the fort. Let's play safe. It's not see what you're doing. I love this. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is good. Like, I'm not going to rant about how to make plays like this more efficient because the first step is kind of cutting them out before we work them in. But, like, we don't want this. We don't want, like, you just play the ball and now you're going to play the ball again. We want to keep things very simple because your teammate has 100 boost. Give them the space to air dribble. Let's look at their POV. They're probably sitting here thinking, like, I really hope this guy doesn't cut me off again. See? Like, he's trying to get into the play. And these are, like, the negatives attached to what you're doing. We're going to work backwards to move forwards, okay? We're not, you know, you just this dude's pretty mechanical, too. You just overcomplicated his play. All right, so I'm going to keep showing examples. That was good. Obviously, we'll play the ball again. This is good. That was very good. I mean, that works. Like, this is where it's tough, where I don't want to be too heavy-handed with how you make decisions on the field, Rich. But I just want to highlight your cut on the ball was good right here. This was well executed. Good play timing, a really good zero boost cut. Your teammate respected you and spaced out. You got bumped, and now you could start your rotation to boost or boost and become a second. Like, this was a very efficient cut, but what I get from this replay, for every 10 plays on the ball, 10 cuts on the ball, one of them looks like this, and the other 9 look like this, where you're cutting off a teammate, right? The other plays in the ball look like this, where you're just kind of messing up your teammate's solo play or positioning way too aggressively for a play, or really like overdoing a play for the boost you have. So kind of the consolidation on this: play the ball, track your pads, get your boost, become a second. That's like the generalization of this. The other thing I want to leave you with, and I know this is like very, very forehead, but I love simplifying the game. Sometimes the easiest game sense for players to understand: if you don't have boost, leave the play. If you don't have boost, get boost. If you don't have boost, leave the play. So like, that's another piece of game sense. I usually don't like to do if-then statements, but like, if you don't have boost, leave the play. Don't have boost, get boost. Because it fixes a lot of problems. And this is all, remember, for the short term, but it's like, you don't have boost, get your pads, leave the play. And it's like, oh, but I'm in a good position and I could play this ball. But you don't have boost, you don't have speed, you take a poor shot, and now your teammate, whose solo play we just interrupted, is now having to rush back and save the day, right? So like, you're not scored on right now, but this is what leads into goals. So these are like kind of the mistakes I'm trying to fix. And the other kind of bonus is fake challenges, which I'll try to like find some examples for you, but I like this. We're not faking a challenge, right? But we're playing patient on the ball. Do a little fake jump. That was a really good play. And then this was the good cut rotation, but I want to kind of get out of a cut rotation vibe. And like, on a mental side of things, I know not every teammate plays like this teammate. This teammate is pretty solo play focused and decently mechanical for champ. Champ 1. I don't know exactly what champ this is, but they look solid. But on a mental side of things, like, oh, teammate has control, I'm going to give him space. Like, you're letting your teammates do their plays. Like, they did the hard work to create the space. Let them play. All right, like, if you don't have boost, leave the play. Works, right? You kind of play the ball without playing the ball. It works. I mean, it works. And this is where, like, I mean, I know this is tough. I hope you could see why I'm discussing what I'm discussing. Because, like, some of these plays where we, like, play the ball with low boost or play another play on the ball and it works out. But I promise you, the cons outweigh the pros. If you don't have boost, leave the play. You get one play on the ball, make this play on the ball the best you could do, the best challenge, the best solo play, the best ball control, the best mechanics. And if it fails, you just recover, leave the play, and play another one. But, like, you don't overdo it. It's like, okay, like, we don't have boost. We played the ball. There's no mechanics. We can't do anything. You just jump down. You don't jump up and try to save the day with the dunk. Because what it happens, like, we are putting pressure on a teammate, but like, the way you need to view recovery is, and this is what is so crazy about the game. 1:27 on the clock right now. It takes us 3 seconds to land and get our initial flip. 3 seconds doesn't feel like a lot of time, but like, that needs to be like a couple milliseconds. If you just play this ball, drive down, start your recovery back, you have time for small pad rotations, and you have time to maybe get into a position where you could play the ball better. But like, when you like overdo plays like this, you just, now you can't do anything. And like, imagine we just drove down, we would have saved this shot. I know these are like what ifs, but I'm trying to show you the overdoingness. But I promise you, it's rooted in a good thing. I started this review with, wow, you're aggressive. Like, you like to play the ball. It actually kind of shocked me, because typically someone who's been playing this game on and off for 9 years is probably a turtle, right? Very slow, very, very, I I almost want to say like chess match mentality, where like they're trying to play very, very calculated, but like you're naturally aggressive. This is stuff we could build into, but you need to like clean up gameplay first before you start working in some of these. I want to say cut rotation is a little bit advanced for champ. That's what we're doing. We're just cutting the ball a lot, but that can build. Really what you need practice at is playing a second man. Because like you're very uncomfortable playing a second man in open space. And that's why we push like super aggressively as a first. I'd love to see us space out, fake more, and we're more comfortable attacking. I guess what today is about is like kind of cleaning up gameplay so we could attack more efficiently, get more better plays on the ball. So like instead of getting 10 plays on the ball that are so-so, we're gonna get like a couple that are decent, or at least a little bit better. And then like long term would either be building on that, working in the advanced stuff, or I feel like we could play a very patient second man and find a lot of success in champ. We'll see.